Barim and Elbek, and good morning from Europe. Even though I'm in the Indian Ocean right now, it's Europe territory. Did you
Okay.
know that? Like
Okay. Okay.
it's the most southern point of Europe territory.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So sweet coffee in the morning, really, man. Like I only slept for a couple of not a couple of hours, but I mean maybe 4 hours max top. Like that.
I had a good night's sleep.
That's good.
Okay. And Barim,
Okay.
you didn't sleep yet.
Not yet. It's still Monday night over here.
Okay.
Uh,
And
yeah.
in Elbek, I didn't sleep because I was on GitHub, and I'm gonna show you something really quick because today we are going to finish the implementation of the exception, and there is a lot of interesting things, and I knew I was late, on the videos and everything Elbek shared, and so I knew I had to work a bit yesterday night, last night.
Mm-hmm.
So so I used GitHub to explore the commit history, and this is a kind of a hack. I mean, a secret to
Okay.
to learn how to code for the standard. So I'm gonna go to the Tarafo project,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and not this one, the from Hassan Habib. So there, and we'll see the importance of naming.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing you could do, but this is not the one I recommend, but just let's see. We are going to the issues, okay,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we are going to look for the closed issues because closed issues means that they are resolved, maybe. So let's look for the closed issues, and what I want to do is to look how Elbek implemented foundation or not, or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look for foundations, and there you see that because there are those keywords that I know that are part of the standard, I can really easily look for stuff, you know what I mean, and I can see that there are foundations, remove
Mm-hmm.
profiles, stuff like that, okay. But if I want to see how do you add the you how do you make the method add, I cannot see the issue for it because they didn't created an issue, they just write it code right away. So okay, we'll look in the pull request then. In the pull request, I clicked on the tab there. The pull requests are the code that is shared by the community, and the people are coding and asking the maintainer, the contributors of the repo, to merge their code to the final the master branch, the main branch. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Look for from oh no, but instead of open PR pull request, I'm going to search for merge one, the ones I know that are part of the main branch now. Okay, and I'm gonna look for foundations again. Okay, and let's see. Can I find? Oh, let's see. There is the add profile. Okay, and this is by Elbek. This is your work, Elbek. Oh, I'm gonna see how you got this. So the thing I can do, I can see all of the commits that he made to add the test, to let it pass, and then I can see that he implemented other tests for exceptions. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see one at a time. Like I can click directly on it, and on the right side, I can see every file he created or modified. So I can see that there is two profile service. There is an interface and an implementation of the profile service. And in the test project, there is a setup file if you click uh, there, it will scroll the page towards the code. So if I click on this, I can see the setup that he made. So I can see that this is a partial class. The rest of the class is the other one. I can see there is the mock. There is the constructor, meaning when the test will launch, we are going to set up the storage broker and the login broker with mocks. And we are going to instantiate the profile service too, okay, because we are going to test it, so we need to instantiate it. Am I right or what?
Mm-hmm.
And in it we can see that we have two parameters and we are passing the mocks. Okay, that's good work, Elbek. I see, it's clean. And there you can see that is creating the random profile method, and is using something called the filler. So there you can see it returns a filler, and it's called create a profile filler, and it's to create a dummy to fill every property of the random profile. So, and he's using this, the dynamics object filler. Okay, so that's the setup, and then we can see there is the test. I'm not going to go to into too much details on it, because in the last video that not the previous one, but just the one before, we talked about it. And then we can see, if I'm clicking on the profile service interface, we can see that he put just one method, the add profile async, and it takes a profile as a parameter, and or as an argument. So I never know which one. So, and the profile service implementation, the actual one, we can see that is initializing a storage broker and a login broker, and is declaring the add profile async method, but not implementing it yet. Okay, and that's the first commit. Fine, I learned a lot. I learned that is naming this commit should add profile async fail. And if I want to see what is done next, I just can click on next here, and I'll see what it changed to make the test pass. So it just went to a single file, the profile service file, and he changed the method to just be a pass through to the insert profile async profile. So those two commits are called the happy path. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. And last week, no, yeah, it was last week.
Yeah.
You started implementing the test for the exception, and so that's it. And if you wanna follow like this by looking at the commit history, I will recommend you continue this. Like when I'm clicking next, the only thing that it does is just passing from a commit to another from the first list you saw. So let me go back to the list. Where
And
should I
please
go?
enlarge. Yeah, make
Uh,
your screen larger, please.
really, it was too small from the start.
Yeah, I
Was
mean,
it?
now
Like
we
the
are we are
screen, no, like the screen is like cut in
shading.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
pieces.
yeah. It's not. I see. Yeah, okay, okay. Let's
There you go.
say it like this.
Something like that.
So, so,
There you go. That's better.
what? How it is like this? Oh,
Huh?
wait, no, we are too big.
Okay, there you go. Now it's
Okay,
better.
so yeah. So the only thing that I was doing when I was clicking next, it was going through all of those commits
Commit. Okay.
from the PR that is merged. So I was on this one, and then this one, and then this one, and so you can see really you can see the work, and you can even see the comments that Hassan made to for some modification, so you can even see the mistakes of Elbek. And it's reassuring because Elbek is almost perfect. So it reminds me that Elbek is
Come
still
on,
human.
come on,
So,
Yeah.
come
so,
on.
so I had to share this trick because it's a good way to learn by yourself. You do not have to rely on those videos to learn the standard. Okay, so Albek, are you ready to continue coding?
Yeah, let's. Oh, okay. Am I going to code today as well?
I
Okay. What
mean,
what did you?
you started the branch. You're the big boss. I've
Yeah, you.
spoken for the 20 minutes or something like that. Not 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you
So I
want to.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you want to do the exception handling of the null refugee exception, you can do it today, right now.
Okay, but I mean, do I grab your own branch?
Uh huh. It will be
Okay.
pair programming.
Okay. So let's see that. I'm here. So I'm gonna look for your branch. I'm gonna update the project to be sure that I'm up to date. That's the goal. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, since I changed the battery in my mouse, uh, it's way better. Do, do, do. So let's okay. Uh, so I'm gonna look for your branch. I'm gonna look for Elbek foundation. Do you think I can type foundation? Oh la la! Can you see that? I just typed EL like Elbek and then FOU, and I found Elbek's branch. That's fantastic. Uh, Hassan wasn't crazy when he was telling us that it was important to name properly your branches.
Uh, for some reason, the quality is not good.
What quality?
The
Of
quality the f-
the screen?
screen. Yeah,
Oh,
Mm.
let me
it's
make
hard
it
to see.
bigger. Let me. So I'm at 300% scaling. I'm gonna go up and to 300%. Is
Okay,
it
now
better
Okay,
it's
there
now?
it is. Yeah.
visible.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So where were you? Uh, can you tell me where you at in
Okay, go
in
to
the
the.
development? So
Yeah,
you
go
were
run the
doing
test.
the test. The last thing you made was the test.
Mhm. Yes,
So that was the one.
it was exception. It was about exception.
The test logic. Is it? No, it's not this one. It's the validation. Okay, and so we pass a null refugee to the refugee validation exception. Okay, no. Okay, we are passing null refugee to this. Okay, given. Okay, we have a null refugee. We have a null refugee exception. This will be our inner exception. We have an expected refugee validation exception that will be our larger exception, the outer one, the wrapper one.
Okay.
Uh, we when we add refugee using the refugee service, so this one is declared in the, you call it the main, I think. Like we are instantiating our refugee service here. It's in another file. Don't forget, in the standard we are using partial class all the time. So if you're asking yourself, but I don't understand, it's not declared here, it is. It's just in another file, but it's the same class. You can see it's the same name. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and so we are adding a null refugee and we want to assert that a refugee validation exception is thrown, uh, and so this, what does it do exactly? It says that we are it's when this method is executed.
Yep. We convert it to
Yeah,
task
yeah, yeah. Because
in
we
line
have
31.
yeah, we have this, and so we call it. We said as a task. Okay, okay. So when this is returned as a task, we throw a validation exception.
Yep.
Okay, and we verify that the broker was never called, because if we want to throw an exception, it means that the broker was never reached, and we want to be sure that the broker is called only once, and
Logging
then
broker. This is about logging broker.
the
Mm.
I said what?
You said a broker.
What?
You're
Okay,
telling
the
broker.
logging broker.
This.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, okay. So let's see. So it doesn't pass, and so I need to create models from exceptions. Did already created them? Okay, so now I need to create the service, the service. You already created the service. Now I have to implement uh, the okay. So the happy path is already implemented. So the thing I want to do is to catch some exceptions. So I will have to get rid of this line. I'm afraid to get rid of it, but we'll do it like that. So oops, what did I do? Okay, I want to make him. So I'm gonna use the try catch pattern. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so guys, I'm gonna show you some secret sauce, from the standard. So when you have a doubt, you always can look for Elbek's work. So you see there, we are going to click on this because that's the one I want to do. So I'm going to zoom out because it's too zoomed in. I can look for what is done to the profile. No, it's not the one. Is it the one? Exception validation. Test. Oh, okay. Let's see. He changed some things in the profile service. So I can see that in the profile service, he implemented the try catch pattern.
Can you show how he resolved it? What was the comment initially? Initially,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's
click
see.
on that. Yeah,
So one
one tap
time to the back. It wasn't tapped properly. A bad Elbex.
look, look.
Take away an empty line. Yeah,
You
you
did the
told me
same
you
mistake
suffered.
right now. You did
Yeah.
the same mistake.
Okay.
One tap to the back. Try get should be in the same line as public.
Okay.
Mm.
It is, no? There. Look at it. It
Yeah,
is.
one tap to the back.
Oh, one more
Yeah,
time.
But you said, oh, really?
yeah,
But no, for real. It has to be. It has to be there.
yeah.
No, no, you're lying. I don't believe you.
No, I'm not.
No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Are you sure?
Okay, just put it and you'll get the comment in your PR. And then you're gonna do
Okay,
it.
okay. I'm gonna tell you what I just did. So, like I said to Elbek, "Oh, I don't believe you. So I want to see by for myself." So the thing I did was to go back to the merge uh, uh, pull request and click on all the file changed to see the final results. So let's see the profile, the not the broker, we want the service. Where is the service? The
Oh, I think you
service.
passed it.
What? Profile? No. The service. Where is the service?
Down
I think
below.
it's down. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, post profile. Okay, profile. But
Yeah,
why I
it's here.
can't see? It's not this one. The profile catch is not this one. Where is it? I can't. It's missing the one I want. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
it's the
Ah,
last
it's
one. This
there.
one.
Ah, it's there. Yeah, okay. Because there is my screen because you are there on the screen, and it was behind the screen because my bigger screen
Okay.
is there. And, so can I see? Oh, look at this! Look at this. The last file change. It's not. It's not. You were lying, Milbeck. You are lying. I'm
Okay.
telling you. I just verified what was merged was this. So
Okay.
and to be even even because the thing is that that's really cool with this technique is that you're not looking at the mistakes when you look at the commits. You
Yeah,
look at them
you know.
already fixed.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Let me
Yeah,
tell you something.
yeah.
There is one sweet rule. There is always room for code drop.
Okay, okay, okay. But
There's always room for code drop. And new
so,
joiners might pick up this issue and do the first contribution, you know? That would be the smoothest.
Elbek, look at this. Elbek was right all along. I
Yeah.
went to the final product with all the code rubs, looking at the repo,
Oh yeah, there is
and
Halloween
he was
edition. Sorry.
right. He was right, and I was wrong. Uh,
Elbig knows something. Yes, he does.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know something. So let's get back where I was. Like, where was I? I was. It's a bit much here. So what I wanted to show is this. So the try catch. So because we never talked about this on our sessions, this is a way to prevent noise from the try catch, because if you have a lot of errors, no, a lot of exceptions, you you have a pattern of try catch that grows and grows and grows and grows. And so let's see if I can show the exceptions here. Like, you see, all of those exceptions are taking so much place that you are not focusing on the main logic. So I'm showing this in another file, and this file is called exceptions, and you can see that all of those exceptions are put into this method called try catch. And this method called try catch is taking an argument, a delegate
A
called
delegate.
returning profile function. So the delegate is there, the returning profile function. Oh, there is an overload. Well, I mean, there is a returning profile, a profiles
Profiles.
function. So
Yeah.
it means that we can put uh, an equable of profiles.
Yeah,
No,
this
that
is when we
it
want to.
returns I equable of profiles. Okay.
Yeah, that's when we
So
want to implement as select all
yeah.
or
Okay.
retrieve all profiles.
Mm. Oh, this way it's not just a value task of profile; it's an equable of profile. So it's a set of stuff that you can the result you can do stuff with link. There is a lot of there is a bunch of profiles and you can manipulate with links. That's an equable. So let's go back
Yes.
again to the profile service. Uh, and so we can see that the logic, this is just this for the ad. So where is the ad? The ad is there. So you can see that the main logic is just those lines. It's even not those lines, it's just those lines. And because we put every exceptions into the try catch method here. Let me zoom. Because all of the exceptions are in this one, we can focus on the main business logic of this method without polluting the context. We are without being distracted. So, am I a good student or what?
Yes, you are. You're good at
Yeah.
explanation and be good
Yeah.
at coding as well. That's it.
So the thing that we are going to do is just to write this one
Okay.
and then implement one by one, because it's important to me to be really thorough and
Uh-huh.
explain why I'm writing what I'm writing, because it becomes really a bad reflex to just code without understanding what you're doing. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So the validate refugee on add. We are going to call it like that. That you agree? And we are
Hmm.
going to pass it the refugee,
Yeah.
and we are going to return a value task of refugee. So return after
Instead
calling the
of
broker,
yeah,
because
yeah.
so
The broker will
return.
return what it needs. So call just return calling the broker.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
want
just say
so
return
what do you
evade.
mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
just return evade. Just
Okay.
Oh
just
wait,
as you were
yeah.
doing.
Do you want me to like okay, that's a good question. Why can't I just call it there right now? Huh?
What do you mean?
But I mean,
Yeah,
the thing I can write it like this, and now I can go implement the try catch and the validate refugee on add.
of course. Of course you can.
Oh,
So can you get rid of us in the in your screen? Put us somewhere
Like on the
because
else.
side.
you're not on the screen right now.
Yeah, you are.
No,
We are in your coding screen, so we want to be out
he wants you to
somewhere.
put us in the side, like on the right
Yeah,
side, like where the
Uh,
solution is.
because the content we cannot see all
Oh,
of
there
the
you
content.
go.
or I just focus myself on putting the code in the middle of the screen, because I prefer this way, because it's bigger on the screen. You know
Okay,
what I mean? If I'm putting us on the side, it will make it like tiny like this. I don't
Oh.
like it.
okay,
I know it's better on. We can improve the the setup. We can, but we have to customize it by ourselves.
okay,
And I that's why I gave you the rights to administrate this channel, is because if you're not happy, you can change stuff. And you know what? The logo, there is a we are streaming with the Restream logo,
Mm-hmm.
but now that we are big boys, we can change it for something else. I can remove it. I just removed it. You know?
okay.
Mm.
So
You
just
remove it.
remind me to put the my cursor in the middle of the screen, okay?
Hmm.
Just tell me, Florian, okay, no, no, no. So I'm just gonna, I need, my screen is really black. My screen is weird a bit. Sometimes it gets dim. So, okay. So now the thing that I could do, what do I implement first? The try catch or the validate refugee on add?
Yeah, just get rid of
So,
async first in line 30. There will
why?
go away. Yeah, you don't need that because lines
Uh,
30.
30. Not 30, 30. Where's public? The public is.
yeah, oh, this one.
I think,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's not a pass through, so it's here
Hmm.
and it's okay. Okay, okay.
Yeah, just let's implement
And
validations first.
okay, and I add. a message. So remove async and return value complete task. Okay, no. Okay. And okay. So what do you wanna implement? Validate refugee.
Uh-huh. Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you do this?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't. You do everything by yourself. So the thing that I'm gonna do is to copy the file, so I can do this and do Control C, Control V. There, because it's the same name, it will ask me, "Hey, what do you wanna
Yes.
do?" It's a partial class, so I just wanna call it validations.
Yeah.
And now I have a copy of it called validations, but I just want to get rid of everything. No?
Yeah, just get rid of everything and make two classes partial. At that time, it doesn't yell out.
Okay, and this one needs to be partial.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I'm falling in love with C sharp. Not, it's not a good thing. I don't think so. uh,
But I think it's good.
you
It's
think?
not that
Oh,
bad, no.
why is
Still,
there an error over there? There is an error. No, there is not. Okay, okay. And there is an error here. Why? Where? Oh yeah, here obviously because
Why is
we
that
did
in
not
red?
implemented this yet. What? It's in red because this doesn't exist yet,
Okay, because
and
you have to add it.
this
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
exist yet too.
Okay.
So this is what we are going to implement. So yes, this one. Okay. I do not need to put this because it's already on the other class. You know, the partial class is really cool when you know C sharp, but having this on another file and having your private stuff, the you know what I mean,
mhm.
uh, the private variables on another file, it's weird,
Yeah,
don't you think?
yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
Every partial class should have its private members in its own.
Okay, so a public and it will return a value task of refugee
Yeah, do you think so?
and
It's just validates and and throws error,
uh
throws exception, does nothing. It
does
doesn't return
nothing. Okay.
anything. It's just void.
Yeah, it just throwing something.
Uh huh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So void and how do we call it? I have to find it by myself.
Yeah, you just call it validate refugee on
But we,
add.
yeah, I'll call it the same name as this. So yank
Yeah.
inward. Yeah, and I go back
Yeah, what you
here.
can do, you can say validate refugee not null, and then use this method instead, instead of this. Then we can create on add
No, no,
from
no,
the
no,
next
no.
commits.
What are you talking about? For the next commit? No, we are doing one commit. To implement everything like that, I will have a beautiful commit like you. I can see in one commit everything.
Okay.
So now that we have it named, then we want to put a refugee in it because we want to have something to test. And here, so I'm gonna execute, like you said, you proposed uh,
Validate refugee
uh,
not null.
validate refu-
Mm,
refugee.
not no.
If no, attends, is not null, is not null.
Okay.
Like, do you like it?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's perfect grammar. Grammar.
Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, what did I do? Okay. So there. And now I have to throw the exception. So I wanna check if the refugee, do I use the is keyword, is no, like this. But what the standard uh, like wants from us? Can we use the is keyword or should
Yeah,
we
it should be is.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So refugee is now. Throw, yeah, throw new, and we have
Null
a custom
refugee.
exception.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the no refugee reference, no refugee exception. Okay, we made this one. This one is not part of C sharp. We can see it there.
Mhm.
This is the one that Elbek made. This is the inner exception, and we are writing this. It's throwing this. And this is.
Yes,
Let me see.
it's
Okay,
correct.
okay. Like I'm done with this file.
Yeah, just get rid of the unnecessary using, and you're good to go.
Okay, and I have to be sure
And
that I have the.
maybe it
Okay,
shouldn't be public. It should be
Yeah, the public is
private.
public. Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Okay, so now let's go back to this file and let's implement the try catch. And this is in this method that we are going to have the big brother, the one that is wrapping every exceptions. So let's do the same thing, like copy this file. So I'm just going to do Control C, oops, Control C, Control V. I'm gonna call exceptions. It could have been called something else, like catching exceptions, something like that. No, what do you think? Hello?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's exceptions.
I know, but I'm asking for your.
Catching exceptions? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Brother,
What do
my
I mean?
brother, it's
I
perfect
mean
try catch.
what it exactly means. Like if I'm looking at this, it's called catching exceptions. I know what it does. It's catching exceptions.
But what if
What
it
do you
says
think,
try
Barin?
catch?
Yeah.
Oh, we can call it
It's good.
try catching exception.
Try
Try
catch. Try catching. I think it's try
Oh,
catch is exception.
exceptions catcher. Oh,
exceptions
this one.
catcher. Wow,
Oh,
Catch.
innovation,
eh.
innovation.
I'm telling you, I'm onto something.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, am I implementing a really like a try catch method right there, like that?
Yeah,
La?
in the exceptions file, you say you first declare a delegate that returns
Oh yeah, yeah.
refugee function,
So, okay,
private delegate,
private delegate,
value task
uh,
of
uh,
value task
va- value task of refugee,
refugee
and
refugee
then I call it returning,
return.
not capitalized,
No, it should
returning.
be capitalized.
Hmm.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Re-
returning refugee
Returning.
function.
Hmm.
And that's the first time I'm writing this one, so don't
Just
be too
put
harsh on me.
parentheses. Yeah, just put parentheses and you're good to go.
I'm really not used to write delegates. I'm never writing delegates.
Yeah, okay, you learn.
So
Okay,
a public,
private.
uh,
Yeah, we use private.
a private, okay, a
Private.
private.
Now try catch should return valid task of a refugee.
Now try catch should return.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh, no, uh,
just say value task.
value task. Yeah, you said the try catch.
Try catch method. I meant try catch method.
Okay. Uh,
Mm, mm.
the try catch method should and it takes the
Returning
returning
refugee.
function.
Uh huh.
The
Uh huh.
no. And I have to put the type and
Mhm.
no refugee return refugee function because
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm writing on my couch, so sorry for the mistakes.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh,
Try
turn.
catch. Don't forget the try
Eh,
catch.
Well, but it's a bad habit. I guess it's a bad habit. I'm writing return something just to get rid of the error.
Mhm.
And I do this. So and we want to catch the null
Mhm.
exception. So the null refugee exception, and it's the inner exception, and we want to throw the validate refugee exception. Validate. Attends, how is it called? It's a refugee validation exception. So new refugee validation exception, and we pass it the inner exception, null refugee exception. Yes. Okay. Damn, I'm gonna be smart like you.
Come on. You're smart. You're smart.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
good. Okay.
And now I wanna try to execute the validation. So we just wrote the validation in this. Where is the file? This is the file. The validate refugee on as. No, it wasn't. No,
Yeah,
what
it was
I'm talking.
called. Do you remember? Yeah, just you return refugee function in the try block.
Yeah. So I returned the refugee. Yeah, it does this because wow, yeah, it's a mindful. Hey, sorry, like
Mind
this
blowing
thing is
even.
insane. Yeah, it's
Mm,
mind blowing. So let me clear out what happened into my brain because even though I know the thing, just my brain was like, what's going on?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
let's go back to the service. So the try catch is there. And what does it take? Okay, look at this. It's beautiful. I love Rider. It's telling me that it's gonna take a returning refugee function. Okay. And so this whole thing, this whole entire thing is uh is this. And so meaning that when I'm going to try this, meaning this whole thing, okay, all of
Mhm.
this code will be tried here. So I have to try it here. So I
Yeah.
have to call it here. So try returning function, and does it
Return it.
return something?
Yeah, just return
Yeah.
and as await
wait.
Wait.
and
Okay.
make method. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now, if this method that we are going to pass in the try catch is throwing a null refugee exception, it will be catched, and then we are going to throw a higher exception called refugee validation exception, and we are going to pass this inner exception into it. And we want to log the error. So okay, we are
How do you
missing
do
the
that?
logging of the error. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
How
do
do you
that.
do that?
You create a new method,
Uh huh.
and we are going to call the logging broker maybe in this method, and
Yes, you are.
we are
Yes, you
going
do.
to log error.
Okay,
Okay, but
you know it.
I ne- I no I know it, but I never implemented it.
Let's
So
do it. Let's
okay,
do it together.
uh,
So instead of
okay,
throw new refugee validation exception, just
okay,
throw, just say throw,
okay,
and get rid of this. Yeah, new. Yeah. And say throw, create, and log. We create a new method. Create and log
yeah.
validation exception.
Validation
Yeah.
yeah, exception.
So you create it.
Exception.
Yeah, and pass null refugee exception there.
Okay. And we are here. Okay. So I have, oops, I have a new custom thing. And what does it return? It returns nothing. It returns null. Void,
Yeah,
I mean.
come on. It returns no. It should
The
return
error, I don't
an
know if it's
instance.
it.
Yeah, just you need to throw what it returns. So it should return a refugee validation exception.
Okay. Yeah, Barry, did you hear Elbek? Like Elbek
Mm.
was like, "Come on, man, come
No,
on."
no, no. Come on. Yeah, just
Yeah,
and
yeah,
look
yeah.
and create.
Don't you ever forget, Elbek. I'm dumb. I'm really dumb.
No, no,
So,
no, no, no.
okay, okay. So,
Okay. So look, it shouldn't return null refugee exception. It shouldn't accept null refugee exception as parameter. It should return. It should receive, as a parameter, generic ec with exception with x, and it should be called exception or ordinary
right.
exception. Yeah. Just get rid of s here. It's a namespace. So yeah, and say exception, not x.
Okay,
Oh,
Exception.
exception.
Yeah, this is the underlying type behind our all custom exceptions. So get rid of this line here
yeah.
and create a new instance of refugee validation exception.
Alors,
Okay.
var,
Uh-huh.
refugee,
Uh-huh. Just call it
a new
refugee
instance of
validation
what?
exception. Refugee
Refugee,
validation exception.
valid. Okay,
Yeah,
new
new
uh, exception.
and pass exception.
Yeah, so I have it now.
Uh-huh.
What do I do with it?
And log it.
I'm gonna log it. So I guess I have to grab. So let's write it here. Do I have a logging broker? I have it. I have a logging broker,
You
and
just log error.
I guess that's the beauty of a good idea. When you don't never know what to do, you just have to put a dot, and then you have access to everything. Okay,
Yeah.
and when you are like me, I'm getting old. My memory is not working well. So, log error exception. Is
No,
it is
no.
it like that? No.
No, it should
Okay.
be a refugee
It would be.
validation exception.
Oh, but yeah, yeah. We want the bigger one
Hmm.
that wraps the inner one. So the
Hmm.
refugee validation exception. It's so smart.
Yeah, and just
So
return it and
okay.
you're good to go.
Yup.
No, you're not going to return it
Not
because
return this. I'm returning the
the
actual.
instance. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Then the refugee validation exception. Okay. Is it good
Hmm.
like
And
this?
look, and please answer my question. So,
Yeah.
did you think when you put line 37, did you think anything? B- You know,
I thought that I had to isolate the return
uh-huh. Yeah,
from the rest.
yeah. yeah, and that's automation for you, brother. This is not,
Yeah.
yeah, this is automation in the in your hands and in your mind.
Hmm.
As the time goes, you don't think about putting an empty line before returning. Your mind does it automatically and you don't have to think.
Yeah, yeah, it's
This is
true.
this is the automation this is the automation that we want from engineers in the standard. Instead of
mhm.
style cop or anything or any IDEs or extensions, your minds and hands should be uh, automated to
Yeah.
style the code. And yeah, and
Mhm.
after that, if you write a code in Node plus plus, Notepad, you
Yeah,
do
yeah,
the
yeah.
same. You're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to,
it's true, it's true.
yeah, that's that's what we
I
want.
mean, I mean, it's true that there is a lot of code practices that are already well known,
Hmm.
and isolating your return object, like the object that you're returning, is pretty common. But
Hmm.
it's true that it became an habit,
Yeah.
and if you there is a lot of good thing in the standard, like a lot of good practices like this one
Hmm. Hmm.
that are
Yeah.
really thought out. It's true, it's true. And but it should be like this. Pom,
Ah,
pom,
come on. Come on.
pom. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's way better like this. So let's be. I understand this, and I'm willing to copy paste this because, like, I agree. I agree. It's a good reflex to have, and it makes you look, and okay, why not? But this one, uh, I don't like it.
Okay.
And there is something else. It's for the migrations. So when you go into the migration, the snapshot, this one, I think there is one of the auto-generated. I don't. It's possible that when it's rebuilt, it's thrown each time. No, this one.
I don't
No,
know. I don't know,
maybe
brother.
I'm lying. I might be lying. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
why we are in migrations? Just let's the foundation.
what? Yeah, because we are talking. We are
Okay.
talking. So
Okay.
I was in
It
the
sh-
exceptions. I catch this one. Uh, so am I done? Did I log the error properly?
Mhm.
Is everything done with this?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
have
So
the
let's
file
go back
header?
here. Yeah, man. Why I was talking? Oh, there is two times. Even
Ooh.
I'm such a good boy that I put it two times.
Okay.
Oh.
You know what? I was afraid of you and Hassan, screaming at
The-
me. I'm dreaming about you guys. I'm like, yeah, I have to put the header, the header. There is still a part. There is still a part that is fighting for this one. Like I'm like, no. But anyway. So we have the refugee service. It's implemented. Uh, Now this one is going to try to validate, and if this one is returning no, like the refugee, see, we are passing. Alors, I'm gonna. Sometimes, I'm a bit hyped up, and I'm
mm,
not being clear. And I know that you think that I'm clear, but I'm clear because I'm not clear. Does it make sense? I have
Okay.
to be clear
Okay.
because I have my mind is a mess. I'm thinking about everything at the same time, and this
Hmm.
is why the standard helps me a lot because I'm focusing on only one task. Even with the name, the branching names, it makes you focus on one task. I cannot, like you said, oh, we are not in the migrations. Why are you over there? And it's true. And if you are not with me, the branch name can remind me of this. And I say, okay, no, no, I'm not going to work on this because I'm gonna mess up the committee story, and this is
Yeah,
not the name branch. Nah, nah, nah. So it
yeah.
makes me think clearly. So we are trying to eliminate the noise of the catching of exception. We are going to validate, and if it throws an exception, we want to handle it. So here we want to know if it's null. We are going to pass a
Mm.
refugee, we are going to pass it. If it's null, we are going to pass an inner exception, a custom one that we've built. Yay! And
Okay.
yeah, so now if it doesn't send back an exception, everything's good, it returns nothing, it throws nothing, and so we are going to execute this, and we are going to insert a refugee that is not null. We know that it's not null, for sure. And
Brother, run the test. Run the test. I'm interested in the result. Run the test.
so let's go to the test. The test logic validations, the test is here. So
Mhm.
let's
Don't you
run the
have that
test.
test explorer screen in?
I have. What do you mean? Don't you have it? I have.
Don't you have it?
Where is it?
Show us.
Test Explorer. Do you have the unit test tool window explorer pop up? No, not this one. It's not this one.
Oh.
I never open it. So unit tester, it's over there. It's just on the side.
Okay.
Is it here? But oh, it's the 300% thing. So
Oh.
it's not properly. Let's attach it. Okay, it's here. Do you
Okay.
like it like
Now
this?
I feel okay. Now I feel calm.
You feel
Okay, it's
better.
good.
Okay. Let's test
Yeah, and it looks
exception.
like a lot like VS Code, VL Studio. So
Visual
okay,
Studio. Yeah.
and yeah, and he passed it.
Hmm.
Success.
Yes, you
He
did
said,
it.
"I did it," and
Why is that
and
green line highlighted?
what do you mean? This one?
Yeah.
Let's see if it's going to recommend the summary factor, split variable declaration in and
Finish.
initialization.
No, we
Let's
don't
see.
want that.
We don't want. We can do. Do you wanna trigger him? Let's do stuff. What does it tells us here? Change the type of local variable now refugee to refugee.
Refugee.
Uh-huh. Oh. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So we are good here. Maybe we can do a final check if you want to before pushing
Hmm.
the passing test. What do you want to check, or you're satisfied enough with
Yeah, it's
what you saw?
very, very good practice before committing. You have one quick look at all the files you changed, and then you commit it.
So to do this, look at this. I can just go to the commit and look at, oh, I've created two files because they are green, and this one is
Mm.
blue. It means that I've changed it. So I can see what I've added. Oh, I added those two. So it's really zoom in for the sharing stuff. So for the so like it's when you are on your own, it's easier to read,
Mm.
but than like this. But you can, I guess, double click on it to see it like this. So yeah, and I'm gonna zoom out a bit to have everything on the screen. Do you
Mhm.
want me to break it up because it's longer here? Look at this. It's longer. Maybe you want me to pass it down, to put it down.
Yeah, it's longer
It's
than.
okay.
Yeah, it feels good to me.
It
Not a
felt
big
good.
deal.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's not,
I don't know.
for
It's
example,
not.
10,
Woo,
10 or
woo. Look
10
at
or
this, like,
8
woo.
characters, 10 or
But
20.
I mean, look at this. Oh, there is two characters more.
Yeah, it's just two characters. Not big deal.
It's okay. It's okay. 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 It's like that. And so this one is good for you. Let's go to those one. Okay, okay. Let's see this one. How many characters do I have in this one? It's not too long.
How many
Okay.
characters is the line 17?
Oh, 17. Oh, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna tell
small then.
you. I'm gonna tell you this. So it's 100.
Over 100?
Just 100.
Okay, it's good. Okay, it's good.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so also, how do I know this? Because down there into the tiny line here that I'm sure you cannot see,
Oh, I see. Yeah, I
there
see.
is,
17 by 100.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the 17 is the line and
Mm-hmm.
100
I
is
see
the
it.
column
Yeah.
value. Okay. So we are good. We are good. We are good. We are good to go. Validate. What does it tell us here? What did it say? Make validate refugee is not null static. Why
Okay,
would
make it
it
static.
recommend that? Why? Why
Make
would
it
it
static.
recommend? Can you tell me why?
Yeah, static functions are kept in the memory,
Okay.
so every time you don't have to instantiate uh, it, so it's just like properties, or yeah, just static. It's in the
Uh,
memory.
Okay,
Mm.
it's in the memory, but why is a good thing that it's not like it stays in memory? Because I mean, it's gonna take some space in memory. Don't we want to get rid of it after, or what?
Yeah, it's what I understand is that um, we pass object and it checks if what is passed is null. So
Okay,
why don't we share this method across all the objects that we create out of this class? So that's why I
okay,
try to use static
okay. So
optimization.
now that we want to push, we have to name it properly. So we are into the foundation. And
Come on.
oh no, no,
No.
okay, okay, no, no, okay, hey, please, please, okay,
Okay.
I just passed a test, okay, I just passed a test, so I have to grab the name of the test. Where is the fucking test?
No, no, no. Okay.
So this is the one. Okay, I have to grab I have to grab this one
Mm.
and put it there and say pass like this. Okay,
I
are
love
you
it.
happy?
Should you put the
It's not
error?
hyphen.
I
Yeah.
You gotta put the error, I think. Yeah. There you go. That's good.
Yeah, this is good.
damn. Hey, don't you, hey, I've done almost everything perfectly, and at the first mistake, oh, I hurt the guy. Oh, yo, 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 yo. But yeah, I'm getting better because of you. Thanks a lot. What do you
Mhm.
think about him? Is Elbek a good teacher or what?
Yeah, he is.
Okay,
He's
yes.
teach me a lot of things so far. Yeah, he's good.
Uh, okay, so now if my code is messed up, you know what to blame.
Elbek.
This is it. So okay, and let's
Okay.
go on. You okay? I'm gonna focus on you. When I mean, I'm gonna let you share your screen, Elbek. I'm gonna maybe I
Uh,
should show the everything on GitHub. Okay,
yeah,
let's go.
it's
Let's
it's
go.
good.
Let's go on GitHub. La, 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 la. GitHub, and now I'm gonna do a proper pull request. I told you it's a mess in my mind. I'm thinking about everything. I'm thinking about switching to your screen. I'm thinking about the pull request, but I'm actually doing nothing because I'm too busy thinking. So, okay. And oh, this name is. Oh,
Come on, brother. We
no,
need a lot.
I do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, I do not need to do the pull request. I just pushed, and now I need Elbek to just do the rest. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, because it's not done, and we want to do the pull request when we have implemented all the exceptions handling.
Mhm. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay. So
let's keep a new failing test to the next session.
okay,
And next
uh,
session, I'll try to explain validation engine. We have how we loop through the validations and everything. That's gonna be one of the most important sessions.
okay.
And I hope, yeah, we will get that tomorrow.
And so okay, so
And
tomorrow, when you do you need to do you need me to write anything or what before
yeah,
tomorrow?
I guess it would be great if my brother Burim can write a failing test for me. It's the
Okay,
same logic as we did yesterday, but it's a bit different. Let me share my screen and share. Let's try to
okay,
find some of the resources that we can learn until tomorrow, right?
okay.
okay. Did you grab the rights? No, I think you can allow yourself to share your screen, but okay, I just did it for you. Okay, you're on YouTube, we see your screen.
Okay. So the first thing I recommend is going to GitHub. This profile, and we go to the standard. We go to services,
So,
foundations. So this is a broker neighboring services and on the map. And here we have our
so
guy.
it's really tiny. We cannot see anything.
Okay, I guess now you can.
Yeah.
So it's doing the same thing. Look, add student async.
Mm,
So we are in the validations. So
Yeah.
we handled null, and we have circuit breaking validation. So null is circuit breaking. Circuit breaking means if this action uh, so
Occurs.
occurs, just don't do anything else. Just throw it.
mm,
Just cut the circuit.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have done this right now, and now continuous validations. Look here. We have one exception and one inner exception, and
Hmm.
so this is circuit breaking. Now we are going to the continuous exceptions,
Okay.
continuous validations. So for example, we have this student ID and name, and we want to validate that ID is present and name is also present, valid.
Okay.
So we want some engine that loops through all the properties and checks uh, the validation logic, you know?
Okay. Okay.
So how we do that, there is this observable exception. So our exception class, not this one, the native one. Uh, so for the native one, we have to do something like this, you know?
Okay.
However, our custom exception type has
Yeah.
encapsulated this ugly code and
Okay.
said absurd data.
Okay.
So we are going to do the same. So if and look, and if that our exception has some data, we would have done just like this. We would have checked if the count is bigger than this, then throw.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he
Mm-hmm.
has created its own method, throw if contains errors. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a quick overview of exceptions class
Mm-hmm.
that we use.
That's the way we are grabbing all of the exception at once.
hmm and we are not doing ugly ifs and this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
we have absurd and throw async instead of this and this. And
Okay.
how we are gonna use how we use it. So we create static dynamic is invalid method. So we say good and we return condition, which is a check. We are checking whether ID is empty good, and we say a message.
Mm.
So in here
Mm.
we will have all the we are going to do. So these are validation rules, and here is the tricky part. So this is the validation engine. So it's a validate
Okay.
method. It receives this
A
parameter
params. Okay. A
params.
params
Yeah.
of tuple.
Hmm.
It's a really smart thing too. It's like the try catch thing. Like it's
Hmm.
really smart. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
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 we'll.
it's creating a new instance of validation exceptions. Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
it's invalid student like exception, and it's looping through
mm-hmm,
all the rules that we pass.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if the
The
rule
yeah, yeah.
condition, do you remember condition? So it has condition here as well, and it has condition here as well. So we are passing these rules into our validate method.
Yeah,
And
you
if
went a
the
bit.
condition is true,
You went a bit fast with the scrolling, and but yeah, the rule in the tuple has a property called condition.
mhm, and if the invalid student exception, we assert if this condition is true. So we assert parameter and rule message, and
Mm-hmm,
at the end, after looping through all the rules, we throw if contains any errors. So that's where
mm-hmm,
we use validate student on add, and we say validate,
yeah,
and we pass as a rule our validation rules is invalid,
mm-hmm,
and we say as a parameter which parameter we are checking here.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, and that these are so these are what we'll be doing in the next session, you know.
Okay,
So
okay,
I'll be sharing this link with you where you
okay.
can read and try to understand. So this is the first material.
Yeah,
Circuit.
then
This is not
okay.
circuit
It's a
breaker.
really it's really interesting an interesting part. Even if you are not interested in learning the standard, just like looking through the mind of Hassan Habib, trying to make the code beautiful. It's really like I was really my mind was blown when I saw this, and like it was like for the try catch too. I know there is smart thing everywhere, but yeah, those two were
You know,
really
you know what
nice.
people do? They say they put these annotations here in the model.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And
in
so
this
we do
case,
not
your
do like
model contains business logic. This which is not good.
yeah, yeah. I get it. Yeah,
And some people say,
it's true.
"Hey, why don't you use fluent validations?" And we say
Mm.
we are not going to depend on any library in our business logic. So we have only one
So
engine. That's the method.
yeah, I guess we are depending on libraries, but it's ours, like the standard
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, the restful sense and the exceptions are all made by the community or Hassan. If it's not Hassan,
Mm-hmm.
it's one of the member of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's been an hour
Yeah, hold on.
and a
Yeah, hold
quarter.
on,
Oh,
brother.
you're okay. Okay,
Yeah, I have sent this link so
yeah.
we can put this down somewhere in the description. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this part, where we research, where we try to find materials is very valuable, and I think this needs to be shared. You know,
Yeah.
so what I do, for example, so we have the standard document, and we say validations from the videos as well. State
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
validations, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
validation summaries, standardized validations, and API responses,
Mm-hmm.
logical validations.
So there is the book, there is the video, the
Hmm.
videos. So how many video do you recommend? Just one, two, two.
So test driving,
Usually
quick.
it either comes from the typo project or the standard playlist.
Hmm. So this is the one I recommend. So we are in the structural validations. So quick guide to structural validations. This is also a good material reference. And I would also recommend watching this. Look, there are a lot of videos about validation. So this structural
Mm-hmm.
validation is also good.
Okay, it's C sharp. It's in the playlist. Okay, C sharp. Um, this playlist is really to teach C sharp. The other one was part of the Tarafu project,
Hmm.
and now we'll have like
Okay.
I don't know. In like the next session is on Thursday.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow I can be there. I can be here tomorrow.
Yeah, we were doing every weekday.
Okay, up until we have a service completed.
Yeah, up until we have the service and the controller and everything. Once there is an end-to-end, you know, feature development sessions, we'll be doing it every
Yeah.
day for more than an hour.
Yeah, and then we are going to implement Maui
Yes.
to
Hmm.
have a UI
Yeah,
to play with.
yeah, because if we have all the sessions set up for the people as a reference, they can pick up
Hmm.
anything in your issues and
Hmm.
you know get going
And
with the
I would
development.
say one last thing for the researchers is to do what I've done at the beginning of the video, is to look for foundations written by
Hmm.
Hassan or Elbek or anyone
Yeah.
else in another project, a standard compliant project. Look for the merge foundations in the PR, and look through it up until we get to the this,
Yeah, looking at the
and
code is
you'll
another
see.
option. Hmm.
And do you want me to look for it right now, or but I mean for 10 minutes I showed how to go
Hmm.
look for it, so people
Yeah.
should know, like, go,
Yeah.
if you are not sure of how to do it, go back to the beginning of the video and do
Hmm.
the exact same thing, but go further than we just did today.
Mm.
Hmm. And also the final bit, if you so you have reading material, you have something to watch, you have something to look at in the code, and if you still don't get it, go to the Discord and ask people. They are very
Yeah,
good.
and I could add, try to implement it, like try to write some code, like try to play around, because the try catch, what, the first time I saw it, I tried it,
Hmm.
and the same thing for the tuple, the rule tuple. I tried it within linkpad.
Mm.
Do you know linkpad?
Yeah.
Linkpad is a software, but I don't know, I'm sure not everyone knows it, but Linkpad is a software when you can see the output. Like, it's a nice software for C#.NET developer, just to play around with the code. And
Mm.
so yeah, yeah, play around with code, try to implement stuff, and maybe tomorrow, you know what? Maybe tomorrow I will show uh,
Yeah, you
how
can
to
do it. Yeah,
use
yeah,
linkpad to go through the try catch, or this implementation of the validate stuff.
yeah,
Let's see.
yeah. It's that
And
would be
how
great.
he helped me understand those kind of stuff, because you are so used to it, you do not remember, or you maybe you have a hard time imagining that it's hard to understand when you are not when you're new, or you're not like C# native, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, it can be really hard to have your brain go this way and that way, and oh, but the rule has a condition, and you're like, whoa, what is it saying? And sometimes, you need to play around,
Okay,
tell things 10 times.
okay.
I'm not telling you that you're doing a bad job. I'm just
No,
reminding you that I'm I'm here for the boys like me. I'm here for the dumb
okay.
ones. I got
Here,
you guys.
here's the here's the suggestion. So tomorrow our brother Burim will do the test for you, and you're going to show us the validation how you do it. Okay, you
What do you
pass it.
mean?
I
Like,
mean, so he does a failing test, and you're going to do the passing test.
Okay.
uh, I can do that, or the thing I could do is it does the failing test. I do my tiny stick
Yeah,
with a link pad,
link pad,
and
and
then
then you're
you
going to
do
implement.
you are going to implement this time because you didn't code today, and so I'm gonna
I'm
make you work
becoming
a bit.
lazy.
Yeah,
Okay,
I see that. So yes,
okay.
okay, Barim. Do Barim makes the failing test tomorrow with us on camera, or do it or does he do it now, or I mean off camera?
Yeah, you can do online. We can help. We are here to help. You know.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's not a
let's
big
do it
deal.
on camera tomorrow. Okay,
Okay.
let's do it on camera tomorrow. Failing test, then a tiny explanation with link pad from me, and then the
Fantastic.
implementation from you, Elbek. Okay,
Okay.
that's the plan.
All
Okay.
right. Okay.
Thank you very
Okay,
much, guys,
allez,
for the
All
session.
see
right.
you
Have a great
guys.
night. Bye bye.
Hope it was a nice,
Yes.
like, have a good day. Have a good day.
Have a good night. Oh, I mean, good
Have a
day, you
good
guys,
night,
but
Mario.
not for me. Okay. See you
Okay, okay.
tomorrow.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
See you guys. Ciao.